A shocking announcement just a couple hours ago from Spokane Sheriff. A man is behind bars tonight accused of setting the Old Trails fire. We'll tell you how authorities put together the pieces to make an arrest. Also new tonight, how the community is reacting to the news that this historic fire that caused so much damage, so much heartache, may have been set intentionally. Then we're meeting families who lost everything, and this isn't the first time they've been through this. History repeating itself in the worst possible way. That's tonight on your Night Report. Breaking news tonight, the Spokane County Sheriff says they arrested a person for allegedly starting the Old Trails fire. The fire destroyed hundreds of structures, caused tens of thousands of people to evacuate. Good evening. Welcome to the Night Report here on KREM 2 News. I'm Sydney Schofield. Our Brandon T. Jones joins us now in studio with a breakdown of tonight's arrest. Brandon?
Yeah, Sydney, Spokane County Sheriff John Knowles says they arrested a convicted felon on an arson charge. And here's what we know so far. The man's name is Aaron F. Farnacci. He's 37 years old, and the sheriff's office arrested him tonight at 5 p.m. Authorities say he was in possession of matches and a lighter. This mugshot right here is from an arrest in Arizona more than 10 years ago. Officials at the press conference say the investigation into Farnacci's arrest began on Saturday. Concerned citizens notified authorities that they noticed a man who was bending down in the grass in the area where the Old Trails fire started. Witnesses told officials that Farnacci looked nervous and later on saw smoke coming from the area where he was standing. Officials say that during evacuations, police were trying to find Farnacci and located him 4 miles from where the fire started. Police say they let Farnacci go due to a lack of evidence. And during the press conference, officials say that DNR, crime check, and detectives developed probable cause to arrest him for arson. Prior court records show that Farnacci is a convicted felon in Arizona for manslaughter and premeditated murder. Here's what Sheriff John Knowles had to say during that press conference.
About 5 p.m. this afternoon, we executed an arrest warrant and search warrant in the city of Spokane, and we took 37-year-old Aaron Farnacci, a convicted felon, into custody on a single charge of arson in the first degree. About 3 o'clock this afternoon, an arrest warrant affidavit and a search warrant affidavit were presented to Judge Zamblin. She signed the arrest warrant and set a $1 million bond on Mr. Farnacci. Mr. Farnacci is currently in custody and being interviewed by detectives from our major crimes unit here in the Spokane County Sheriff's Office.
So take a look at this picture right here. This is an image from the sheriff's office of Farnacci's arrest. And as for what's next, Farnacci's first appearance is scheduled for tomorrow. And tonight, the investigation into the fire is still ongoing. But for now in the studio, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Brandon, thank you. And tonight we are also hearing from community members after the announcement of this arson arrest.
What could the punishment be? I'm a Christian, and I can't imagine what goes through a person's mind.
Stay with us. In the next 10 minutes, we'll bring you more reaction to this shocking arrest as the community continues to deal with the destruction of the Old Trails fire. And tonight, during that press conference about the arrest, Sheriff Knowles also issued a stern warning about flying drones in restricted areas near these fires. He says they had to ground firefighting aircraft tonight because of it and had 4 instances yesterday alone of drones flying in the path of their aircraft. He warned that they do have a task force to catch people doing this, saying they could face a $100,000 fine and potentially criminal charges as well. We want to take you to a live look here at the evacuation map tonight. As you can see, level 3 go now evacuations remain in effect. Those are the areas shaded in red. People who live there are still not allowed to return home tonight. Level 2 and level 1 evacuations, you can see that level 2 in yellow, that level 1 in green. They also remain in place. Those in the areas shaded in those colors, people in the zones should stay alert and be ready to leave at a moment's notice. These fires destroyed at least 700 homes so far, and now, at least 700 structures so far. Now, many are left wondering if their home is one of those structures. So here on your screen are some before and after photos of what's left of many neighborhoods with only rubble and ash remaining. One Spokane family is starting the process of rebuilding after losing their home over the weekend in the Old Trails fire. It's not the first time flames forced them to start over. Here's their story.
This is home.
Heidi Weir didn't expect to be here.
No, I never thought I'd be living in a sorority house again.
It was Heidi's best option after the wind-driven Old Trails fire raced across Spokane.
Because we had no bedding, right? And so we have some sleeping bags and they dropped off some towels. You don't think about all things you don't have.
Empty for the summer, her daughter's sorority house at Eastern and Cheney will do for now.
And you just cry a little and then you're like, take a deep breath and move on. So there'll be a lot of that.
She was driving with her husband back from a conference in Yakima when she got word fires back home had gotten out of control. Her son was still in town and rushed to their house to get their cats and any important documents he could find.
And we just watched on our Ring camera till we lost internet, which was power, and then we just knew.
He grabbed a video of as much of the house as he could, too, for insurance purposes. It's something he knew to do because they've been here before, not even 2 years ago.
We had a fire in our garage that gutted our garage and half our home.
It took them time to get everything repaired and renovated. They moved back into their home in October of 2025.
Completely redone on the inside, just absolutely gorgeous. Upgraded a bunch of stuff, new kitchen, new master suite.
And now, her home that she'd already rebuilt once is gone.
I don't wish a fire on your worst enemy. It's horrible. It's a horrible feeling to just lose everything.
She knows she's not the only one. The Spokane complex fire stealing everything from hundreds more families.
Your home is where your memories are. So we've lived there 18 years. It's where our kids grew up.
She says she almost views it as a silver lining that this isn't her first time starting over.
I knew to contact my insurance company immediately, not to wait. I knew to the process, right? I knew, okay, this is what we're going to do.
She's sharing that knowledge with everyone she can, and they are planning to rebuild. Despite it being such a dark time, they're trying to find moments of levity, even joking with the rest of their tight-knit neighborhood that no one's allowed to move away.
You make the best of it, because what else are you going to do? You can live with, oh my gosh, I shoulda, but in this moment, in this day, there's nothing that's going to go backwards. You only can go forward, so make the best of it.
In Spokane, Sydney Schofield, KREM 2 News.
In the midst of these fires, many others don't know whether they'll have a home to return to, and figuring out where to stay can become the next major challenge. One quick note we learned tonight, Multicare says their emergency center on North Division will reopen tomorrow at 8 a.m. In our effort to bring you more to every story, KREM 2's Connor McAvoy tells us about a company able to provide one resource for folks impacted as they plan their next steps.
Families forced from their homes by the Spokane area wildfires, finding a safe place to stay is one of the biggest concerns. Joy Letson with Alacrity Solutions says the company works with insurance carriers across the country to connect displaced families with temporary housing after disasters.
We can start with hotels and look at if it's going to be a long-term hotel property. We'll definitely try to get them in something with a full kitchen, living room. We have to look at the family's needs too.
Housing options can vary depending on the size of a family, whether they have pets, or if someone has accessibility needs. If a home is unlivable, Letson says families should contact their insurance company as soon as possible to begin the claims process.
When we receive the claim, we're going to contact the policyholder within 5 minutes, 10 minutes max of us receiving the claim to get all the details and confirm the family makeup. And our goal is within an hour to have them placed.
She says many homeowners and renters' policies include additional living expense coverage, which can help pay for temporary housing while a home is repaired or rebuilt. For people without insurance, Letson recommends reaching out to organizations like the Red Cross for assistance. As damage assessments continue across Spokane County, Letson says reaching out early and staying in contact with your insurance provider can help families get connected with temporary housing sooner.
That was Connor McAvoy reporting. We are under a weather impact alert tonight. Let's get over to meteorologist Cody Proctor. Cody, we're dealing with quite a bit of smoke all across the region. Any idea when we might see a little relief?
From what I'm seeing right now, it might be a few days, Sydney. And we have this weather impact alert going in effect until through tomorrow. But I wouldn't be surprised this continues to extend for a few more days just because we are still dealing with the smoke from not only our fires here burning in Spokane and Stevens County, but also throughout our region, not over all the way towards Chelan County and Okanagan County as well. So just we're feeling it, and I'm not expecting that to move anytime soon. And you can see just how expansive those air quality alerts are across our region right now. Pretty much almost all of Washington at this point, with a few bare spots on the map right here into North Idaho, into Montana. As for our AQI at this time, we're in that very unhealthy category for us this evening. We're expected to stay that way as we head into tomorrow. As for that smoke forecast, that's still going to be an issue for the next few days. It really depends on the direction of the winds, and we might start to feel more impacts for some of those other fires that are burning throughout the Northwest, and maybe even potentially from this smoke forecast, maybe it's potentially some of that smoke from some fires up in Canada as well. It's been incredibly hazy today. Temperatures right now tonight, 64 degrees. Our winds are expected to be light for the next 12 hours and light as we head into tomorrow. Expect highs tomorrow to be in the mid-80s. More coming up in your full forecast.
Cody, thank you. We do want to let you know we're launching our Help to Northwest campaign. It's a partnership between KREM, the American Red Cross, STCU, and Rosars. You can donate right now by using this QR code on your screen. You can also visit KREM.com and click on the Help to Northwest link. It goes straight to the Red Cross. We're also learning tonight Thomas Hammer is helping out the community too. They're donating 100% of all coffee, drink, and bean sales tomorrow. An easy way to help out the community. More to come here on the Night Report. After the break, we'll get local reaction to that breaking news that a man was arrested in connection to starting the Old Trails fire. That's in just 90 seconds.